Hello and welcome to the annual 2024 Hart Softball Media Day. I am your host, Taylor Thomas of NAISB, which is the home of premier independent NAI softball coverage. Next up today on Media Day, we're excited to be joined by the head coach of the Culver-Stockton College Wildcats, Coach Rod Radcliffe, and senior pitcher Michaela Slavic. Coach and Michaela, thank you guys for joining us. How are you guys doing, and how much are you guys looking forward to the upcoming season?
Going good. We're enjoying all this winter weather when we just start practice and stuff. But yeah, we're excited about the season coming up. We got a great group of ladies. We got a lot of depth this year. That's kind of fun. Fairly new team. We graduated quite a few from last year and stuff like that. So it's been a really fun year.
Yeah, I'm about to get used to some winter weather here myself in Oklahoma. It's gonna come in tonight for what has hit y'all's part of the country. So definitely looking forward to as they say springtime.
Yeah.
But Coach, last year you like you said you guys had a solid year. You qualified for the Hart tournament, obviously, which is one of the tougher conferences in America. What do you guys hope you can build as a team off of that and bring it into 2024?
Well, consistently, we just want to keep getting better as a program, stay competitive in the conference and everything like that. Yeah, goal is to make the conference tournament, but really, it really boils down to just playing to the best of our abilities and creating a team bond that we're close and everything like that. Make a good experience for the girls. So yeah, we feel like we'll have depth this year, that we can compete a little bit. We got some girls back that, some of them didn't get a lot of chance last year, so they're getting a chance to step up this year, which will be fun for them. We got some returners back that played last year too. So you get a whole new group of leadership and on your team, and also then you get other girls that will step up that we haven't had in the past too. So it's an evolving thing within your program.
And Coach, like you mentioned too, Michaela as a senior now, I mean, what is her importance to the team, and what has she meant to your program over the last few years?
Yeah, she's definitely our leader of our program. She's the head of our leadership group on our team. And then also she's got the most experience on the mound for us within our program, going through now our fourth year in the conference. You gain a little wisdom too as you're going and stuff like that, even with the wear and tear. But it's been good to have someone that can kind of lead the group of the pitching staff, and keep guiding the younger ones too. So yeah, it's interesting because she's really the only senior that started at Culver-Stockton as a freshman on this team. So, that's been really good to watch her just grow as the 4 years go along.
And Michaela, like Coach had said previously, I mean, you're a 4 year starter now. When did you get into pitching, and what is it if it's a certain aspect all about that part of the game that you love?
I think I started pitching pretty much from a young age, parents throwing me in all multiple sports, but softball is definitely one that I clung to. Um, for me, like being a pitcher, it's like kind of as a leadership role because everyone, like I was always told growing up, like you're the pitcher, like everyone looks at you, feeds off your energy. So even here at Culver, as I'm a pitcher on and off the field, I try to make sure I always have the best and positive attitude, really try to motivate not only myself but also my teammates. So
And tell us a little bit more about your journey to Culver-Stockton. Where are you from? If you're a local player at all, and yeah, how did you find Culver-Stockton?
so I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I went to Oakville High School. I played select ball growing up, and it wasn't actually until I think my junior year, sometime during my junior year, where it was Coach Jordan before she transferred. She recruited me, and I have to be honest, I never heard of Culver-Stockton College, especially Canton, Missouri. But once I think I came up here for 3 visits, meeting with the coach, meeting with the softball team. And I think the most important thing to me when I ended up committing here was the environment of the girls in the softball program because where I grew up and the teams I was part of, our environment was the main aspect, like us connecting and being there with each other. That's how we had the success we had. So when I was looking at different colleges, Culver's softball program is the one that stand out to me because how close knit everyone was. And that's what really attracted to me. And being able to talk to the coaches and having all the access to them being there for you, even though it's not just about softball. Ron always makes sure that he's here for us on and off the field, school problems, all types of problems for us. So that's one thing that I just love about being a part of the softball program.
Yeah, I think that's something that really we see with every school that we talk to, and really all across the NAI level is just kind of the close knit family type atmosphere we have at a small college level. And Coach, you've been in the game a long time, coaching for a while now. How long have you been at Culver-Stockton, and what got you into coaching in the first place?
Yeah, this is start my third year at Culver-Stockton. Let's see what got me into coaching. I just kind of started, I guess, right out of high school. Actually, I started at a local high school and just enjoyed it. I farmed for a lot of years, and that it kind of fit in around the seasons of the farming. And I just slowly started growing into it more and more, and decided to go into college from there and stuff like that. So, but the reason I got into it because definitely I wanted to keep the competitiveness. I like the competition. I like to see the team close knit together and stuff like that. I used to play men's fast pitch, and we had a close team too there. And it was just I wanted to give those experiences back to the teams that I've coached, uh, and let them know that softball is important, but yet it's a lot more than that. It's part of life, and you can get friendships for a lifetime and things like that. It just want to give the passion of the game. I want girls to grow in their passion of the game. I think that's probably the most important thing I'm trying to help out with here. Learn the game definitely, but love the game again, because I think that's one thing that's been kind of lost over the years from when I've coached started. That you just want them to enjoy it because it's a lot of work. With their studies and everything and practice and everything else. So you got to try to create that. I'm trying to just create that culture that they enjoy the game again.
And like you said, coming into your third year now, how excited are you for this bunch here in 2024, and what stands out to the squad this year?
I think the biggest thing for our squad is we got depth. We got two girls at each position this year. We will probably play a lot of players this year, which will be fun. Because in the past 2 years we were a little short on numbers and everything. So the same girls had to go through that grind every single game. If we had an injury, sometimes that was a struggle. Because you didn't have that depth, and good for the person that could step in because it gave them the opportunity. But now we got a little bit of quality skill in there that they played in the past and everything. So that part's gonna be really fun. You can actually see it in practice too. We got a lot more competition amongst our own team. And that as a coach, you really want that because that keeps it really energized throughout the practice and everything too. So yeah, that's probably the most exciting thing. I would say the biggest thing that I've noticed too is our girls have enjoyed even the fall season going into winter, even now. Sometimes it's a grind in the winter time, but it seems like we got a group of girls that really want to be there. And that's really what we're trying to get.
And who are some returners also from the squad from last year? I know you said you graduated a lot, but returners, newcomers, any names that we can look out for?
Yeah, we got of course Michaela. You gotta put me on the spot that I have to go through this list here. But seniors that we got coming in will help me out on this too. So as we're going through it,
we have Selena Gutzman.
Yep, Guzman and Rosie and Quano. They're both starters from last year. They're both seniors. Let's see, we got a couple of sophomore girls that started last year for us. And so Briley Throgmorton and Sophia Ashby, both were kind of up there in the conference stat stuff and like that. And then we have a lot of new players on our squad. We had a few girls transfer in from Iowa Wesleyan that closed last year. So we're expecting good things out of them to help out Aspen Harrison and Lexi Davis. So we're hoping that, they can step in too. So tough thing for them when their school closes. So we're trying to give them the atmosphere that, hey, it's going to be good. You're going to still have fun, because that's a tough experience for anyone that has to go through that.
Right.
And so we really tried to create that culture for them too. So we got some girls there that we weren't really even expecting until this summer. So that's been really good for us too. And then we got a few junior college transfers that came in, along with, we had a really good recruiting class too the last 2 years. So yeah, there's a lot to list out there, but and another nice thing I would say, we're gonna have 4 pitchers this year compared to normally we've thrown 2 throughout our varsity program. So it's going to be huge to be able to have a little depth there so that pitchers don't have to throw when they're hurt and sore and tired as much. As they're still going to get that, but it won't be that they have to do it now. They can push through it a little bit more, knowing they got support on the other end of it too.
And Michaela, a bit off the softball field, if you will, what is your major, and what are some of your career plans after college here?
So my major is psychology with a minor in health promotion. I also started my master's this year in counseling. My end goal is I'm wanting to get into coaching and sports psychology, because to me, like, the mental health side of sports is just as important as the physical aspect of it. So I'm wanting to really work with athletes and to help them from when they have those mental blocks that affects them from coming to their true performance.
Yeah, that's really awesome, and
I want to hire her. Because that is a big part of it, big part of the game.
I was just about to say the same thing, Coach. I mean, that's a big part of the game, and it's something that's been shown a lot of light here in the last few years for sure. So it's cool to see players and get into that aspect of it. And talk about the culture a little bit too, Michaela, and the camaraderie of the team. How much do you guys enjoy being around each other, and what makes it so fun to go in and day out with the group?
Honestly, I do think that with the past 2 years, the group of girls that have come in has been amazing. Like, I remember from my freshman year, after being around with each other for some time, things can be a little weird. But this year, things are incredibly different, where we just, every time we get together, out even inside practice, you could just tell that the energy and the positivity in the air, where we're never getting tired of each other. We're still wanting to hang out. Even outside of practice, we all go to the caf together and eat lunch or breakfast or dinner, or we do a big thing of movie nights in our rooms with each other. And some people say, oh, spending a lot of time, so like it could cause some a little friction to the team. But with us, I think we really focus in the fall of the friendship aspect and being there with one another. And you could see it in our practices where we're goofing off, but at the same time, like, we're grinding. But we have a lot of times where we goof off and we play with each other, and it's just been a really good time. Especially being a senior this year, because a big thing to me and a bunch of the other seniors is having these long lasting memories. And we seniors been talking about it already this season. Like, we're having the best time as we could even dream of. So it's been amazing and I love it.
And as a senior too, I mean, you're in somewhat of a leadership role now, which is crazy for a lot of athletes, because you look back and it seems like just yesterday you were a freshman. How do you help hope to help lead the team this year in that role, and being a senior and somebody that the underclassmen will look up to.
So my goal is not only being obviously the pitcher because of the depth that we have this year. I'm really trying to focus on supporting everyone and helping them. So for pitching staff, since I have the most experience of being here at Culver and pitching, I'm really like helping them kind of like what a taste of season is. Like what do we the teams we play, uh we're really focused on like hitting spots and spins and
Mhm.
velocity and just really trying to help them with spins because obviously as a pitcher you can have all the speed in the world, but spins is what really makes it count. So I've been working with a bunch of the pitchers and talking to them, and I think for me, it's just not only being a player, but also like helping them and making them more settled. Because as we were talking earlier, we had a bunch of transfers this year, and a bunch of those transfers are pitchers, and how they did things at their own school is different from how we do things here. And so I'm like, coach has been working fantastic with them, not changing things up with them, but still keeping who they are. So I kind of just been helping them when they ask questions as well of me being a senior pitcher and just be like, you got this. Like, you're doing great. Don't change anything because you see other people doing anything. So I'm really, this year's really trying to be a big team player and supporter this year.
And a bit of a fun question to wrap things up and keep it light, if you will. If you do have a walk-up song or a walk-out, if you will, as a pitcher, what is it coming into 2024?
So in the past, my song, I'm a little old school because of my dad. The song that I've been doing is Wild Thing by the Trogs from that movie. I've been doing that, and that's just for me, that song is just something that it was in this baseball movie that I always grew up watching with him. It's kind of like a every time I hear that song, it's just a little tiny like little personal touch of I got this, and it's just a fun song for me in the background with my family.
That sounds awesome. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to hear it throughout the season, hopefully. Coach and Michaela, once again, thank you guys for joining us here on 2024 Heart Softball Media Day. We wish you guys the best of luck here coming up in the upcoming season.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you so much.